Well, hey there guys, me here again, and it's time for another episode of What's Happening in China. So, what is happening in China at the moment? Well, it's almost the Chinese Lunar New Year, or Spring Festival as it's known, and we are going to go now into a little village near my house, and I'm going to try and look for some things that are very Chinese New Year-ish for us to look at. Since the next China How It Is going to be all about lucky money and all that. So let's go and find out. Alright guys, so I'm popping into this little village near my house. I'm going to go into this little... Now what I'm looking for, and usually the stores are all open at night, but I'm looking for anything that's got something to do with the Chinese New Year holiday. Usually around this time of year these stores just start popping up. Ah, there's one. This is all about that burning nonsense. It's not what I want. Hang on. Anyway, let's see if they've got anything of interest in there. Probably not what I'm looking for.喂，你好，有没有红包？有吗？好，小的，嗯，啊好，我要一个这个，一个那个，大的，可以吗？这是。一共多少？一个2块钱。好的。1、2、2块，好，谢谢啊。谢谢。Okay, well, here we have something. It's called Hongbao. Okay, best wishes for the new year. This is a big Fu Zi. See that character? Same character. That means fortune, luck, that sort of thing. And I don't want to mistranslate these, but it says like Ji, probably Ji Yang. I don't really know that character, I'm not going to lie. Ji Yang something. Hui. So, I'll figure that out, I'll put it up here. You know, my Chinese is alright, but I'll be lying to you if I said I could read it properly. I can read on that sign like I can read about, I'd say 60 to 70% of the characters, but I still don't know what they all mean. Anyway, I'm out on my CB today. It's filthy, don't look at it. Who wanted to park a Porsche in this dusty, disgusting little neighborhood? Anyway, I've got my red packets now. These are used for the Chinese New Year, and they're an integral part of the Chinese New Year. You need them if you're going to survive here. If you have Chinese family, or if you have got a lot of Chinese friends, co-workers, you're going to need these things. I'll put them away. I'm going to use them for my China How It Is video, which is coming next. That's the next video after this one. I've already got most of the footage. All I need to do is meet up with some friends on Friday just to confirm and get a couple of things done. Come on, off you go. What's this place? A little massage place. This is not a dodgy massage place. This is a legit one where they do like this moxibution, or cupping as it's called. 保护关. That shit really works if you've got the flu, by the way. I've got a video I made, but it was so embarrassing I never put it up. Me writhing in agony getting that done to me. Anyway, let's see if we can find any more Chinese New Year related shops around here. This is like the main sort of street of this village, so I'm guessing if we're going to find something, it'll be down here. Careful there, truckie. Ah, here we go. This is the kind of thing I'm talking about. These little stores pop up everywhere. And you've got all these, what are they called? Couplets? No, what are the name of those things you put on the side of the wall? Let's take a proper look. Well, see, they're redoing the roads here. Fireworks are banned in the big cities, so you've got these fake fireworks. What else? Yeah, these are for your door. Now, I've told you guys this before, but you put these upside down on your door, stick them on, it gives you luck for the year. Those couplets go on the side of your doors as you walk in. What else? Yeah, lots of different hongbao here. Many different styles. Even a SpongeBob SquarePants. Da ji da li. 这是什么？这是什么字？大力哈，大吉大利。啊，这个多少钱？1块，好的。看一下。Well, as you can see, many different kinds. I'm getting that just because it's so stupid. 谢谢啊。Alright, so now I've got a SpongeBob SquarePants red packet, hongbao, as it's called. In Hong Kong they call it lai xi. Anyway, let's get back on the road here. Get past all this horrible construction. They're obviously redoing the village side streets. You know, during this period as well, you'll see a lot of renewal things going on because the new year. They try to rush to get it all done before the new year's done. Here, once again, just the fruit shops even selling New Year's bric-a-brac. Yeah, I think the main thing people get is they get those big foods to stick on the wall. Bliss cake. See all the different kinds of hongbao. They've even got Hello Kitty ones. Those are quite nice. Daji Dali. Yeah, Daji Dali seems to be a big one. Oh. Anyway, you get the idea. Get away from these stupid damn, that thing's noisy. Oh, anyway, glad to be away from that. Sorry about all the noise and confusion, but yes, as you can see, all the cool little shops are sprouting up all over the place with all the New Year's bric-a-brac. Now, as far as I know from my experience living here, the most important thing to have are these hongbao, okay? And that's what the China How It Is going to be all about, like pretty much the whole episode. Although it's going to be about New Year's, the main thing is all about the hongbao, the importance of it, who you're supposed to give it to, how you're supposed to give it to them, etc, etc. So that's what the hongbao thing is all about. So wait for a week and you'll have a video all about that. Second thing are those couplets that they put on either side of the door. If you go to any Chinese household, you will see on the outside they usually have couplets, and they just have different writings on them, and of course they mean different things. Usually just means like luck and health and fortune and stuff to the family inside. And then of course the big fuzi, which is then usually put upside down on the door, and I've made an explanation about that before in one of my videos. But for those of you who didn't see that, I think it's Diao Fu or something, means bring the luck back. Here we got more, see? And there's also something about fish. Nian Nian Yo Yu is what they say. So when you eat fish on New Year's Eve, you're supposed to leave some fish on your plate. 我去看一下. Yeah. Of course, the lucky lanterns and stuff. Yeah, so that's the kind of stuff you'll pick up here. Now, of course, Chinese New Year is all about fireworks. But unfortunately, in the bigger cities like Shenzhen, they are banned. You see, all this stuff is everywhere. There's Xiangyang bloody and Mickey Mouse Hongbao, and this one's more expensive. Look, 2 RMB for a pack. Screw that! Just around the corner, it's 1 RMB. Yeah, this dentist looks like it's a savory dentist. Cute little Siberian husky out there. Yeah, let's see. Here we go, another fruit shop. Also just selling all these decorative lights. So anyway, Chinese New Year, if you have ever lived in China, or, you know, it's not just China, Vietnam also has their own version of this New Year celebration. It's the same thing, you know, really. And various other Asian countries. And of course, Hong Kong, Taiwan, all these places, you will notice that during this time there are a lot of fireworks going off, like almost constantly, incessantly, fireworks. But in the big cities like Shenzhen, they're banned, of course, because they're a fire hazard and all that. Although that doesn't stop them, you get fireworks anyway. It's just, you know, less so, basically. Alright, now, get out of this filthy little village. When I say filthy, I mean it because it is, but it doesn't mean that I don't like it. I like this place. I come here all the time. It's my go-to place for bric-a-brac. Got florists, as you can see. Here's a florist. You know, there's another bliss cake. They got bakeries. Got a big wet market over here for vegetables and meat, and yeah, you know, all that kind of nonsense. That's where that awesome barbecue place is that I always go to as well. Anyway, recording. All right, let's hit the road again. Bike's just checking the camera. The bike is pretty much clean now. I really can't stand riding on a filthy bike. 谢谢。好的。Hey there guys, okay, just a quick one. This conversation I'm having with the washer dude, I put all the subtitles in and all that nonsense, and then my editing software crashed and I couldn't be bothered to do it all again. It's such a mission, so I'll just tell you exactly what's being said. It's a conversation I have every single day of my life almost. First thing he asked is, how much does the bike cost? I told him it costs more than 10,000. He says, oh, where is it from? I told him it's a Honda, it's from Japan. He's like, oh really, it's from Japan? Then he's like, how long have you been here in China? I say, I've been here for more than 7 years. He's like, oh really, more than 7 years? Your Chinese is really good. I say, no, my Chinese isn't really good. Then he's like, where do you come from? And I tell him I'm from England, and that's pretty much it. So that's what's being said. Okay, so let's talk about the Chinese New Year. Now, for those of you who've been watching my videos for years now, you will know I always mention the Chinese New Year every year, and I make mention of the things that happen, but I think I'll try to explain a bit more in depth right now. Chinese New Year is really the biggest festival in China. It's the biggest holiday, and at the moment, you know, it's kind of weird. The Chinese government changes the amount of days, and they decide which days will be the holiday every year, a mandatory holiday, right? But they don't actually let people know until right before it happens, basically. So I was asking some friends of mine, some Chinese friends of mine, a few weeks ago, about a month ago, you know, when are your holidays? And they said, we don't know yet, you know, it hasn't been released, the information. um, which is actually really irritating. It means you can't really plan ahead. But in a lot of ways, I think they do that on purpose, because this time of year there's this huge mass migration back to hometowns, etc. As you know, the Chinese New Year holiday is all about family and getting back with your family and having family dinners, etc. See, this little supermarket also has all its food. Right. She's a pretty bike. Always gets a lot of attention. Ah, 1万5。啊，是。什么？不是新的是差不多10万。这个是95年的，对，好老。非常好，谢谢啊。Yeah. You know, I've got this custom motorcycle shop, and I've been thinking about customizing my CB, making it look really cool. I just can't bring myself to do it, you know. It's such a pretty bike. Just love the old style naked bike look. Anyway, back to the subject at hand. I've just been into the supermarket and they're playing the very irritating New Year's music. But you know what's really funny is they were actually playing a Chinese New Year song, but to the Jingle Bells tune. So yeah, I'll find some New Year's music somewhere for you guys to listen to. It's absolutely terrible. If you thought that like Christmas music was annoying, you ain't seen nothing yet. What am I doing going on the sidewalk? I could just go on the road. What are you doing parked on the road, dumbass? What is this person doing? Have you made up your mind yet? Are you turning? Are you going straight? Oh, you don't know? Okay, fair enough. Okay, so I was actually in the middle of explaining something before I went into that supermarket, and that was the whole Chinese New Year thing, what's going on with the people moving around. Well, you get this mass migration during this time. It's probably the worst experience you could ever have in your life, is to travel on any form of public transport during the Chinese New Year period. So basically any time from now until it's over, you don't want to go near any trains or buses or planes. First of all, because there are so many people trying to travel, they actually do not allow people to pre-book tickets. They only allow people to book tickets like on the day. You can book online and stuff, but they don't let you do it in advance. You can only start, you know, when they open the system, then you can book. And it obviously makes sense because there's so many people trying to travel. Literally millions upon millions of people travel just out of Shenzhen alone every year. And it's actually a nice time of year to be in Shenzhen, for instance, because the place literally becomes like a ghost town, you know? Anyway. Right, let's talk a little more about this holiday. First of all, how long is the holiday? Well, it's a mandatory 7-day holiday. It's government mandatory, so you have to get 7 days off, which is nice. It's one of the longer holidays in China. The National Day holiday is also a 7-day holiday, but this is the most important holiday of the year. So yeah, you get 7 days off, or most people do. But typical Chinese fashion, the weekends before and usually after, you have to work, so they get cancelled out. So at the moment there is, well, for my work anyway, a lot of cancellations because companies and people have to do catch-up work, and so they don't have spare time. So that's why I'm having a beer, simply because I don't have any work this evening, so I can just very relaxed day making this video for you guys and chilling out. I know it's a little different to a lot of the what's happening in China as I've done before, because usually you know, I'm not riding around on my bike and stuff, but today, since I didn't really have much to do. Anyway, so back to the whole thing. Going anywhere during the Chinese New Year holiday is just a pain in the ass. I've heard horror stories. I've actually been on public transport. I've been in Guangzhou trying to take a train actually back to Shenzhen during that time. And I've seen all the footage and I know exactly what it's about. It's dreadful. People are all cramming onto these trains and they're standing room only, and you know, trying to get back to their hometown in time for the Spring Festival holiday, because it is the most important thing to be with your family on that New Year's Eve, and you know, to have big dinners, and then the next day to go around the town and do all this nonsense. I'll be getting into that in the China How It Is video, which will be coming at the end of the week. So you know, it's the most important thing to get home. So these guys are in this massive rush, and you have not seen chaos anywhere. I mean, they've got people being crammed into the trains, being pushed in by the security guards through the windows and stuff. You know, it's insane. It really is. It's like a circus. So advice obviously is don't try go anywhere. If you're coming to China during this period, just stay where you are, you know, and go around on a bicycle or something, or just don't try to travel anywhere. Okay, so that's what's happening really. So guys, other than that, you know, I have to say, and you know, I'm always honest in my videos, and I have to say this, that the pollution has been absolutely appalling, and this winter, and I'd say for the last 2 to 3 weeks, has been the worst pollution that I have ever seen in Shenzhen in the entire 8 years that I've been living here. And that's no jokes at all. It's been absolutely awful. We've had grey skies. Maybe some of it's been weather, but I'm quite well, I know that most of it's been pollution. And I took a drive up to Zhuhai the other day. So I had to go and help that guy, this friend of mine who bought one of my bikes. And the whole drive up there, the pollution was awful. The visibility was terrible. I'm going to make a video about highways and stuff, and all the footage will be there. But the pollution was just absolutely terrible. All the way from Shenzhen, it was obviously worse going up through Dongguan and Guangzhou areas. And then into Zhuhai, the pollution was bad there too. So yeah, pollution has been a real bloody pain in the arse lately here. It's starting to clear up a bit now, but I was getting quite depressed, you know, to be honest, over the past couple of weeks. But yeah, we have a semi-blue sky today, do we? Can't really see. Yeah, semi-blue sky. It's kind of a grey blue. You saw earlier in the footage when I was riding the bike. And hopefully it just keeps getting better and better. But yeah, that's what's happening in China right now. You know, the real on the street sort of stuff. So go out and buy your red packets, because you're going to need them, and you'll see in the next video why. So cheers until then, guys, and thanks again for watching, and thanks to all you guys who bought me a beer. I know I said I'd mention you in this video, but obviously it's already long-winded as it goes, so I'm going to make a separate video just for that, just for the beers. So thanks guys, and see you in the next one. Cheers.